I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven?
Can you see me?
I hear you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
Oh, okay, man. First and foremost, it's an honor. Thank you for coming on the platform. I know it was a short notice. I know you said your schedule booked up after tomorrow, so I'm in the airport, but we should be good to go. How you feeling?
Oh, best day of my life, and tomorrow gonna be better.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. That's definitely inspiring coming from somebody like you, man. You a legend in the city. For the viewers who may not recognize you, let them know where you from and what your name is.
Look, Steve Turner, comedian, man, from Cleveland, OH10, your best friend. And I love, that's so funny because they were saying this, like Holly Mandel was telling me about this. I just did my comedy special for Amazon that'll be coming out a couple months. And Holly said, man, Steve, you know anywhere else besides Cleveland? I say probably do, but I love Cleveland the most. So we're going to keep putting that out.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. There's a lot of talent in Cleveland, but it's like, unfortunately, where we're located, a lot of, our greats, they have to migrate, maybe to LA or to New York or Atlanta just to get a look sometimes, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely been consistent and still doing your thing.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. And you know what, King? I'm going to tell you this, what people don't know. They're doing 90 major movies in Cleveland. So Cleveland's not maybe Cleveland from the 80s or 90s. They're doing 90 major movies in Cleveland. Matthew McConaughey got a house in Cleveland. A lot of celebrities are setting up locations in Cleveland. In addition to that, all the TV shows from the 50s are in Cleveland. Do you remember Thurston Howell, for instance? Jim Backus. You know Jim Backus?
Thurston Howell, that name for sure sounds familiar.
Well, Jim Backus was a guy who played Mr. Magoo, or Thurston Howell on Gilligan's Island. He's been in a lot of things. Well, he's from Cleveland. He's actually from East Cleveland. Like John D. Rockefeller's from Cleveland. Hugh Beaumont, the father from Leave It to Beaver, is from Shaker Heights. So Cleveland have a bunch of celebrities that's from Cleveland, and Cleveland's making a comeback now. It's the best location in the nation. So it's really a lot of things going on. So Cleveland is really doing some things. If you don't have a management, an agent in Cleveland, you need to get one because they're filming 90 major movies. And there's no reason for them to do the movies. Half of the cast and crew have to be from Cleveland. So you can do it. It's the best time.
Wow, I truly appreciate you sharing that information because I was looking online. It said you done been in about 50 movies and commercials. So you really a person that's tapped in. You ain't just talking. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir, Ken, man. It's so funny. You ever heard of a movie called The Roommate? It was a horror film back. I wrote that movie back in 2001. And Eddie Griffin helped me to sell that movie in 2003. And I never heard anything. I sold it for $5,000. And around that time, I was just stopped being homeless. So I sold that movie, never heard nothing. In 2011, it went to theaters. I said, damn, that's the movie I wrote. So it's a lot of things to go, and we can only go up. So we should do it.
Man, that's inspiring for sure, man. I appreciate you sharing that because a lot of people are reluctant to talk about, the downside of pursuing your dream like that. You know what I'm saying? You went from being homeless to writing movies to opening up for some of the greatest comedians on the planet. You know what I'm saying? The Eddie Griffins, the Bernie Macs, the Cedric Entertainers.
That's funny. That's absolutely right. Eddie Griffin, Bernie Mac, Cedric The Entertainer. I opened up for those guys. I did shows with Martin Lawrence. So I just thank God that I was able to be in a position to be able to do some of those things as just a kid from Cleveland. So I'm appreciative of a lot of things. And anything you need too, brother, I'm with you, man. I thank you. A lot of people hate my guy Donald Trump, but I'll tell you what's so funny about Trump. Trump put $90,000 into my business. All the camera equipment and things I got is because Trump. He was putting people on, but they kept people hating him so they can, I guess, do whatever they wanted to do. But Trump was the man. He told the truth, and he helped brothers, especially who wanted to do something. Because I had my business back in 91 is when I started to create a business. And it wasn't until Trump that he put all the money into my business because I was black.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you in front of the camera, you behind the camera, you writing, you on stage. And may I ask you, what is your favorite part about being a comedian? Because you well rounded, you doing a lot of things.
My favorite part of being a comedian, truthfully, I like to, well, travel is one of the, because that's the first time I've ever left America doing comedy. I went over to Amsterdam, Germany, France. I was just talking about that. China, Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, Indonesia, to name a few places. And of course, Canada. I was hosting a thing called Caravana in August back in the year 2000. So just being able to meet people and travel. And I just want to, I have to say, this is very important. What I think was the highlight of my career. I was doing a comedy show. They had just fired me from my job. I used to be a nurse at a hospital because I made a mistake and had sex with one of the retarded patients. But I just made that up. But no, man. But being able to travel and meet people, I think is the best for me.
Yeah, man, I can relate. I'm in the airport right now. I'm on my way to, I got a layover in Qatar, and I'm going to Dubai. I've been to like 70 countries, and I'm from Cleveland, so I want to hear your perspective. How has traveling affected you as a human? Because a lot of our people, we don't even leave the east side, let alone going to Akron or Columbus or outside the state.
It's crazy you say that because Cleveland is the most segregated city in America. That's a fact. And the east side of Cleveland is different than the west side of Cleveland. That's like a different city. And I've been to the west side maybe 13 times in my whole life after school. And that was just in school. It was to play against the west side teams like Parma and Lakewood and things like that. But I've never been over there. I don't know anything about the west side except for the Puerto Ricans on West 25th. And I love those. I mean, I want to talk to those ladies about something. It's very important. But besides that, man, it really rounded round with my brain into thinking because you learn different cultures and things. I love Dubai. I've been over there doing shows, and it really gets you an open mindset. And when your mind is open, you can communicate with people and learn how to get the money better. I can get on welfare in 16 countries because I'm smart. I just made that up, man. But no, I love being able to communicate with people. It's the best.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that experience because people have dreams, but it's like you doing from the outside looking in, it appears that you're doing what you love to do, in every capacity, and you getting to travel, man. I mean, what more can a person ask for to actually accomplish that? Like I said, especially coming from where we come from, because it's like one of the most poverty-stricken places in America. You know what I'm saying?